Magandang gabi, good evening. It was around this time last year when I was deciding to move to Seattle for graduate school. It was a mix of excitement of taking on a new adventure and the fear of not succeeding. I spent hours and hours lost in rabbit hole asking Google about things to know before moving to Seattle. Until it brought me to FIUTS website. I learned that FIUTS took it upon themselves to be literally the welcome party for incoming UW international students and helping them prepare for their student life. I applied to their homestay program and I got paired with my host, Charlotte. With my 2 heavy suitcases, 2 hand carries, and a wide-eyed anticipation of what's ahead of my American adventure, Charlotte picked me up from the UW Light Rail station and had a quick stop at a supermarket. The moment we stepped into the entrance, I was reminded that I am indeed not in the Philippines anymore. The variety of nuts, cheese, and all the food brands that I don't recognize, and the way we paid for what we bought, they're all new to me. I tried to control my amazement. When we arrived at the Rasmussen residence, this sign at the front porch welcomed me. And I knew I was matched with the right family. One of the first things Charlotte showed me was their backyard garden. Then she introduced me to her chickens, whom she calls her girls, which reminded me of my childhood back in the province. It somehow felt like home. Charlotte and Jim, with their kids Zoe and Sander, made me feel like I belong to a family. And it means a lot to me who knows no one in Seattle and has set foot in the US for the very first time. My stay with the Rasmussens allowed me to gain some footing as I transitioned to my new life in Seattle. I learned how to use the dishwasher. Yes, the dishwasher. Because we never own one nor use one, and it's uncommon back at home. I got oriented to the compostables, garbage, recyclables, because it's just biodegradables and non-biodegradables, and segregation is almost an option from where I came from. We even had a trip to Value Village to dispose of electronic wastes. I also learned which supermarket to go to save on my groceries. You can't imagine how those small, trivial things are valuable for someone who's new to this big foreign city. My favorite at the Rasmussen's household, aside from kombucha, is Charlotte's smoothie in the morning. I learned to make my own, which is now my go-to food, especially during busy days at school. On top of all these, I especially enjoyed my long conversations with Charlotte about anything under the sun, including politics and religion. Charlotte's relationship with the students she hosted extends even after the homestay. I get to meet the other students they previously hosted, and we share grad school stories, which is a source of encouragement when imposter syndrome kicks in. Charlotte would invite us in family occasions such as pumpkin picking, trick-or-treating, birthdays, and their popular Boxing Day smorgasbord dinner. The French knows that. She made me feel like I'm part of the family. To me, she is my tita. That's the Filipino word for aunt. That I can count on, as she would usually check on how I'm doing with school and life in general. I spent 8 days with Charlotte's family until I moved out to my present residence. It was a couple of weeks before the start of the fall quarter, and FIUTS has been proactive than ever in preparing international students in their new life in Seattle, from orientation to the different tours and mixers during the Welcome Week. My first friends in UW are the people I met in these various events, for which the weekend camp was my favorite. It was like high school all over again, and I initially felt that the activities were corny. But eventually I found myself enjoying the games, the dancing, and the connection with my fellow students from different cultures. And speaking of culture, the camp's highlight was a presentation from each country. I was the only one from the Philippines, so I took the courage, a lot of courage in fact, to do a song number about how Filipinos can be so hopeless romantic. It's funny how I thought I screwed up with my sub-beginner guitar skills, but I still got a standing ovation. I would say that it was probably the boost of confidence that I needed for the rest of my UW experience. No kidding. It gave me that assurance of, it's okay, you're gonna be all right, as I faced the fast-paced and grueling fall quarter. I got through my first month in Seattle with a little help. No, I have to correct that. A huge help from the friendly people at FIUTS. International students like me came here with big dreams, and in my case, a lot of anxiety. More than helping me with the logistics of moving here, FIUTS connected me to people, and it made me feel less of a stranger or a foreigner. And quite honestly, it was all that I needed to settle in. Good night.